Hey everyone, Monochrome Seasons here, and today's video is based on a question from Gon Bass. He's asking, is it worth it to change the order of the chain in the pedalboard, or is it better to stay in the standard order? What changes would you recommend to test? And I chose to title my video, Are there any rules to the signal chain? But before I answer this question, I have to tell you what I am referring when I say the standard order. So I'm borrowing the sentence from Robert Keeley, which is a renowned pedal builder, and the sentence is, which chain of FX pedals makes life easier? And you can take the first letter from each words and translate it into each effect of the FX group. So we have the wah, compression, overdrive, equalizers, pitch, modulation, level, and echo. And I think that's a pretty standard order for the pedals. The only thing I have different is my octaver, so it is a pitch pedal, and I placed it between the compression and overdrive because I think it needs a little to be a little bit at the beginning of the chain because it tracks better that way, in my opinion. But for the rest, I really trust this order, and it comes from Robert Keeley, so we can't really go wrong with it. So, are there really rules to the signal chain? If you are the kind of person that likes to experiment and find new sounds, the answer is no. But if you want the most typical, efficient, and cleanest sound possible, the answer is yes for some of them. Some pedals are placed like that out of necessity. So if you've seen my pedalboard tip number 5, you've seen that placing the volume pedal at the end of the chain cuts your delays and reverbs really abruptly. So often that's not a desired sound. Same thing if you were to place your overdrives at the end of the chain, you would get some really dirty reverbs and delays. And I think that it is not a desired sound often too. So we can try some experiments to move some pedals around on my pedal board. I think the most interesting pedals to move are the modulation pedals. Unfortunately, I don't have any on my board right now, so I will try to move some pedals and I will comment on them after, okay? Let's go. So my comments on the sounds. For the first sound, I didn't really like the compressor after the overdrive. I kind of thought that it restrained the frequencies. We lost a little bit of high end, so I prefer a lot more my compressor before the overdrive, or just to not use a compressor with a drive. For the second sound, I really like the tremolo at the end of the chain. You hear it a lot more, and when it's before the delays and reverbs, you kind of lose it unless you have a really high mix on the tremolo. But for now, I'm gonna leave it like that because I don't have a stereo tremolo to put it at the end of my chain, and I don't use it really often with so much delays and reverbs, so it's okay for me to leave it just like that. For the third sound, of course, it's better to have the looper at the very end of your chain to record the sounds as they are. But if you want to experiment and change the effects of your loop while it's looping, you can put it anywhere in the chain if you want. And for the last sound, it's really up to you. I think that the delay before the reverb and the delay after the reverb were really great sounds. It's really up to you what you are liking more. So that's it for today, guys, and don't forget that this video was made possible because of my Monochromes Corner series. So you can click on this video right now and ask your question on the comments section. Maybe the next video will be based on your question. Okay, until next time.